Hey everyone, welcome to a new malicious compliance video. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called The Unstoppable Idiot. This is from my previous employer. I was working on a tool to display and interact with the complete history of changes to certain data in one of our internal tools. Anytime a person edited said data, a new entry needed to be added which described the exact change made. This was being done mostly for internal auditing purposes, but it also had to be able to completely reproduce the exact data values from scratch by basically applying all changes up to a given point to a blank data entry. This was a legal requirement for this tool in order for it to meet government auditing requirements. This effectively means that these entries could not be changed ever, and thus were immutable. We are nearly ready for launch. The tool works, is tested, and we are showing it to the higher-ups to get final launch approval. Now, one of the people in this meeting was a relatively new VP. The VP had been there just long enough now to ask stupidly dangerous questions, and the VP was trying to start to flex their decision-making muscles. This is where the trouble starts. The VP pipes up. So, how do you delete an entry? I was visibly confused. You can't, since... The VP interrupts. Users need to be able to undo accidental changes. I'm not approving this until they can delete entries. Okay, but if they can delete entries, we can't reproduce the data from them since you... The VP interrupted again. I don't want to hear excuses, just get it done. Cue malicious compliance. I tell them I'll add it and quickly end the meeting. I go back to my desk and quickly implement a remove button. When clicked, this button shows a spinner for a random amount of time between 1 and 10 seconds before showing an error to the user. The error explained that the operation failed and that they will need to manually make the changes to the data directly. I even included a direct link to open up the data editor for them and everything. I also added a file bug link which would indeed file a bug for the user, but it also automatically added both the legal department and the VP to the bug. However, for me and anyone on the dev team, this button would simply hide the entry from the display immediately, but would never actually delete anything. I scheduled another review meeting for the next day. The VP is happy, my manager is happy, all is good, and the tool gets launch approval. As people start using the tool, the VP and legal department start getting slammed with high priority bugs for this feature. The legal department, who was not in the approval meeting as they were located elsewhere, are furious that this feature even exists. They shut the tool down until it's removed and send some very strongly worded emails to the entire team, including the VP. They say that such a feature is legally dubious at best and downright defeats the purpose of this tool. I remove it within a couple of hours and everything winds up getting back on track. The best part was that I got a project completion bonus, and a bonus directly from the VP for implementing the feature so quickly, before legal found out, and then another bonus from legal for removing it so quickly. Unfortunately, it seemed that the VP still wanted to flex their power, as a few days later they called me in, asking to add a feature allowing people to edit entries. I told the VP we could absolutely do that, but wanted to get approval from legal first. They did not approve, and the VP finally stopped trying to make changes after that. The next story is called Only the Battery. I work for an insurance company as a phone repair technician, mostly cracked screens, but we work on all sorts of issues, including batteries. Even though I work for an insurance company, I'm not exactly fond of the whole concept of insurance. I will almost always side with the customer as much as I can, especially since my position is entirely up to my discretion. Someone comes into the carrier store I work out of and asks to speak with a tech from the back. Not the usual routine, but it's no problem. I go out to talk to him, and he starts telling me, I've been paying insurance for the 2 years I've had this phone, I want a new battery. Now, cell phone batteries do start to wear out roughly around 2 years, depending on usage and charging habits. So I say, okay, can I take a look? He gives me his phone, and I take a look at his settings and battery usage. Remember, I do believe that his battery is worn by this time and warrants replacement, but I also notice his screen has severe burn-ins. Think old school TVs that have an image permanently burned in from leaving it on too long. This can take a toll on his overall battery life experience. I point out the screen burn-in to him, and he rudely interrupts me. Look, I'm not buying a new phone. I've been paying insurance. I want a new battery. I'm a tech, not a salesperson. I absolutely could not care less if he bought a new phone or not. I keep trying to explain with, well, the burn-in happens when the screen timeout is set for too long, and that can also result in more battery drain. Listen to me, I'm an engineer, I have network certifications. I know these batteries can be replaced. All I want is a new battery. "So just the battery then?" And he says, "Yes." So I replaced the battery. What he didn't realize was that I was trying to explain how a screen burn-in happened, how he can avoid it in the future, and that I was going to replace the screen as well as a new battery for free. But hey, all he wanted was a battery. The third story is called "You Better Make It Right." I used to work at a popular ice cream shop and didn't mind hooking a customer up if they asked nicely. It were the customers that were rude, snappy and demanding that I didn't care for. But they are the customer and I was providing a service. I loved when they demanded, "I want a milkshake and you better make it right." Because that is exactly what I did, to the very last detail. I pulled out the recipe book and read each step out loud as I meticulously measure every ingredient to the exact serving size stated. I made sure the customer saw everything so they would know I wasn't cheating them, and was also very precise. When they would say "add more ice cream, make it thicker" or something else, I'd inform them that their exact words were "you better make it right." So I can make it any better than what the recipe book is telling me to do. If they wanted extra of an item, I will give them the exact amount that is allowed and they would be charged for it. In the end, they got their 100% correctly made item. Might not be exactly what they were hoping for, but it's exactly what they asked for. The last story is called "I Can't Open the Safe." I used to work as a shift manager for a pizza franchisee across a handful of local locations. I closed most nights at one location or another, which usually meant I was alone inside the store after dinner, anytime the drivers were delivering. This meant answering the phone, working the register and making all the pizzas while we were still open. One day I got robbed and the owners changed the policies on how much cash could be in the register and how frequent drops into the safe had to happen. I did not have the ability to open the safes, only deposit into them using a special one-way door. One night we had several cash orders with large bills that left my register a little lean, which was a rare occurrence. No problem, the dinner rush is over and statistically I should be totally fine. In walks a customer for a pickup. He wants to pay for an $11 order in cash with a $100 bill. Normally this would be fine, but I had just been wiped out of my 20s and had all of maybe $50 between the 1s, 5s and 10s. The 50s and 100s got directly dropped into the safe under the new policy. "I'm sorry, I don't have enough change for a $100 bill right now. Do you have anything smaller or a card?" He had a $20 bill in his wallet that I caught a glimpse of when he opened it. "What do you mean?" I had a lot of cash orders for dinner and the register basically got wiped out. He started to get a condescending tone. "Okay, so get more change like from the safe or something. I'm sure you can figure this out." "I don't have access to the safe or a means to get change right now. I'm sorry about that." "I don't see how you are making this my problem. Send someone to the bank or an ATM." "I'm really sorry, it's just me and the bank's closed, but there's an ATM across the street in the convenience store if you want to use it." I said you should go to an ATM. This is ridiculous. "I apologize for the inconvenience. I can leave the store and corporate does not issue bank cards to in-store employees. However, some good news is that I think you might have overlooked a $20 bill in your wallet." For some reason this set him off. "Why are you looking in my wallet?" He launched off into a speech about minding my own business and 100 bills being legal tender and must be accepted. I had placed another order in the oven before walking to the register, and at this point those other pizzas were exiting the oven conveyor and are at risk of falling. This also means that we've been talking for about 7 minutes by this point. I want to reiterate that I am by no means refusing to accept, just implying you would be significantly shortchanged if I tried to do so. Your $11 order would end up being a $50 order. I think you're full of crap and you can get what you need out of your safe. You just get your kicks by getting to assert your power because you can't do better than minimum wage. If you can break this bill, then just cancel my order. Listen, I've tried to be polite. You're not really working with me here and I need to box other orders now. I can't open the safe. I said the same thing to the last person who asked. He had a gun to my forehead and he was even less friendly than you. If you would like to cancel the order, then I can do that. While I can't open the safe, I can most certainly eat your dinner. He found the $20 bill. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. It really helps in the algorithm. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bye bye.